Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the Extreme Z area update that features the brand new Extreme Z Awakenings for the metal coolers. So these are the type coolers. These are the strength, INT, TEQ, AGL and physical type coolers. And we're going to be taking a look at just how good they are, or well, how you can extremely awaken them, and then we'll take a look at how good they are. So obviously this was an update to the Extreme Z area fight battle for the strongest in the universe, and it's pretty straightforward. They just added 5 new stages, and so you shouldn't really have a huge problem when it comes to clearing these stages. You can basically use a full-on metal cooler team, so we're not too concerned about anything. As always guys, you need to go to the left on the first stage to get bronze medals, to the right on the first stage to get silver, left on the second stage to get gold, and right to get rainbow. You also are going to need 15 bronze, 40 silver, 30 gold, and 30 rainbow. Overall, I think all of the coolers have a pretty decent awakening. It's not anything too crazy, but overall it's pretty decent stuff. It's relatively nice. Their boost is obviously increased to 200%. They all gain greatly raising defense on their super attack effect, and they all gain interesting side effects. Some of them will boost attack, some of them will boost defense, some will boost evasion, and some will boost their support that they provide. So overall, it's all a pretty nice situation, and I think, most of the awakenings are pretty good. So most of the awakenings are pretty solid. I think, when it comes to this free-to-play team, I think it's pretty fun how they've designed each cooler to kind of be a little bit different to the others. Some of them are relatively similar. I think the physical and the tech type ones are pretty similar in design, but I think for the most part they've done a really good job in making them all kind of unique and different. And I think that means that they can make a pretty fun, interesting team that you can kind of run for most events. I think back in the day the joy of it was that you could run a whole metal cooler team as a free-to-play team, and it seems like you can pretty much do that same thing now, which is obviously super duper interesting and super duper fun, and I think a lot of players are going to appreciate that, and it just helps a lot of new players out to have such a strong, readily available team that just synergizes so well. So we're going to definitely take a look at them and how they perform, but I think for the most part they do look pretty good. Obviously there have been 5 new stages that have been added, and there have been some new missions that have been added as well. Most of them are to do with completing the stages a certain amount of times, but for the most part pretty straightforward. We're going to build a fully free-to-play team using the strength metal cooler lead that Eza'S from stage 3, and the rest are going to be all the type coolers. I'm not going to run through every stage like I usually do, because quite frankly you can use this team for every stage. You don't need to change a single thing. Generally speaking, I'm not going to run through every stage. Obviously, as always, my suggestion is that you rotate, so that you start going to the left, then you go to the right on the next run, and you keep rotating between sides, because when you pick up a question mark, which has a chance to appear and will give you bonus medals, if you run to the bronze side all the time and you pick up a question mark and it's bronze, you've just wasted your bonus. So generally speaking as well, you do each stage 6 times. You do 3 times on the left hand side, 3 times on the right hand side, and obviously on the second stage, or second difficulty I should say, you need to run it 3 times on the left and 3 times on the right. Again, you get your bronze and silver medals from stage 1, and you'll receive your gold and rainbow medals from stage 2. If you want to be super pedantic, you can switch out the coolers that have type disadvantage, but to be honest with you, it's not really needed. I think I haven't died once fighting the type disadvantage coolers, and they've all taken super attacks. It's very difficult to die because of the amounts of healing that the coolers provide, as well as the overall strength of the team, and the healing links that they have. So, generally speaking, it's quite difficult to die. So like I said, I'm not going to run through every event. What I am going to do is I'm going to skip ahead to where I've done every stage on the first difficulty, and where I have Dokkan awakened or Extreme Z awakened the AGL unit to level 130. Because that's what you should do. Ideally you should take each stage on, awaken the unit for that stage to level 130, and then move on to the second difficulty so that you can awaken them to level 140. If I can suggest anything, I would suggest starting with the physical unit, because you obviously innately have 2 strength units, so the physical fight will probably be the quickest, and then the physical unit is pretty effective against all of the other units as well. So I would say start there, or you can just do it in order. It honestly doesn't matter too much. It's not the most difficult event in the world. If you do have the Metal Cooler, the one that I'm using, and you've already Extreme Z awakened him, he is actually very helpful, and he's going to be able to really help out in terms of how much damage your team does, because he gives them crit chance, and he also boosts their performance as well with his super attack. As you can see, he's not going to take too much damage either from the type disadvantage super attack, so generally speaking, we have a pretty good time. Honestly, I think overall this is a fairly easy Extreme Z awakening. It's just very long, because you have to do all 5 units separately. I would have liked to have done all 5 units at once with one stage. That would just give you multiple medals, but it's okay that they went for all 5. It does mean more stones at the end of the day, so in this case it's not so bad, and realistically it's very easy. So I'll be honest, it's really not too much of a problem. So yeah, overall I think it was a pretty fun time, and I think it was a pretty fun event. For the most part, I think players shouldn't struggle too much with it, but if you do, obviously you can put some equipment on the Metal Coolers. That should in general help you out and make things a little bit easier. Like I said, just to reiterate, you do need 30 gold and 30 rainbow medals, so you're going to need to run this stage 3 times on either side. Once you've done that, you should be pretty good to go. Tackle each unit on individually and really set yourself up to succeed. But that's it. You do obviously have some missions. The missions are very straightforward, just completing each stage 7 times. And there is currently Extreme Z Awakening support, so there are some bonus missions that will give you all the Zenny back that you'd spend on Extreme Z Awakening the unit. So yeah, that is pretty much it when it comes to this event. There's nothing more you need to know. I'm not going to cover every other stage, because you're going to run the same team. Just finish each unit off and then move on to the next one. So get 1 to 140, then move on to the next one. Get that 1 to 140, move on to the next one. And just remember, once you do have the units fully Extreme Z awakened, you're going to need to feed a second copy of that unit into them that's at SA5. So you can obviously get them to SA15. But that's pretty much it. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.